Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, thank y'all, man, for rocking out with your guy, Mill, man. I really appreciate y'all, man, for taking y'all time out. Let me talk about something. And I get tired of having to see so many racist stories that's going on in the world. But you know what really bothers me the most? We all, as adults, know how to deal with racism, and we know that it exists. That's just something that we all know. And I done talked about certain stories on here about racism. So we know that is a real thing here in the world. No matter where you at in the world, it exists. But what bothers me is when a grown adult implement racism onto a child. That bothers me. That really bothers me because you implement a thought into that child head as if it's something wrong with them when there's nothing wrong with them. It's you that is the problem, and you meaning by whoever is the racist. That's what I mean by you. It's the racist person's problem, but that child think it's something wrong with them. I got a big problem with that. And I don't care if you white, black, Asian, Chinese, purple, green. You can be an alien with 3 fingers. Don't be racist and don't do that towards a child. That ain't right because you a sicko in the head, because you got mental problems, because you make a person feel less than because of the color of their skin. That's you with the problem. But we finna jump into it and we gonna talk about it. But before we jump into talking about them, we ain't gonna let them change our mindset, because what we gonna do? We gonna think in the box. We're going to think outside the box, around the box, under the box, above the box. And what is the box? The world is our box, because we're going to grind and grind and grind and make whatever dream and whatever fantasy and vision that we have, we're going to bring it to life, and we're going to do it the right way. That's how we do it. So let's get to it, man. But before we get to that, if you could do me one favor, and shouts out to my new followers. We had 152 followers. Y'all watching this process grow. Hopefully y'all enjoying me running my mouth and sitting down here walking with me while we go through all this. I hope y'all enjoy it. And if you don't mind, this will really help me grow this channel. Thank you. I hope that you're enjoying the podcast. I just ask one thing. Could you like, subscribe, and follow? Tell a friend. Leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I want to grow it with you. Now let's get back to this entertaining content. Now let's get to this teacher. Let's get on her grass and bring out the lawnmowers. Yes, let's get to this racist teacher and talk about it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, my, me. I want to talk. Let it rain, let it rain. Oh, Lord, let it rain. Let's talk about this. All right, where we at? Where you at? Where you at, Miss Retiree? There you go, Miss Retiree.
A white teacher refused to hug the only black student in her class. But what the student did to get revenge shocked everyone. In this viral video, a teacher from an elementary school in Michigan had a retirement ceremony organized for her. What was supposed to be a happy moment turned into a national scandal. In footage recorded by a parent, the teacher can clearly be seen hugging every child, smiling and emotional. But when it was Naomi's turn, an 8-year-old girl and the only black student in the class, the teacher's attitude suddenly changed. Instead of giving her a warm hug, she coldly patted Naomi on the shoulder and then quickly moved on to the next student. Naomi's face immediately dropped. The worst part was that the teacher continued hugging all of the white students. Naomi was the only one who was denied a hug. Once she realized that, she started crying and repeatedly asked the teacher to come back to her, but the teacher deliberately ignored her, fully aware of what she was doing. The story could have ended there, but Naomi decided to get revenge, and what happened next left everyone in shock.
All right, now, I don't know what revenge that Naomi, they say, got, because they didn't never say the revenge plot on here, what the revenge was. I don't know what revenge it was. But before I get in here and give my feelings and thoughts on this, let me say this first. To all my young black kids out there, be that boy or girl, never feel like you have to get justified from no white person. And I have nothing against anybody that's white. I'm cool. Bunch of no problem with nobody white. No problem. But I'm making sure that I'm gonna be speaking this very clear. You do not need nobody white to validate you. You validate you. When you look at your good parents, your good mother, your good father, they validate you. You cannot change the behavior of other people. They have to live in their skin and they have to live with that mindset. So do not allow no one to mentally dictate how you think or feel. You don't need their acceptance. Either they're going to be good to you or they're not going to be good to you. But if they choose not to be good to you, don't let that mentally bother you. You keep on being great, because I promise you, karma has a way of always popping up at the right time. At the right time, it knows how to pop out. Peekaboo, and there it is. It's on you. Now, let's jump into this teacher in Michigan now. Now, I've seen this story, and this story triggered something inside of me, a situation that happened to me realistically. And watching this, I just thought about it, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this. I want to share this with people to just show how you have some white people that will put on a mask and pretend that they really like you as a black person, or you're really cool, or whatever they want to play like they want to do as a white person, when really deep inside they harbor ill feelings and ill wills toward you, but they're gonna put that mask on out in front of you like they really like you. And watching this story made me really think about this. So I wish you wasn't retired. I wish you would just get fired. But you know what? It's gonna come back on you in some form, shape, or fashion. And anybody that's friends with that lady, if you friends with her and you accept her behavior, then that tells me a lot about you too. That tells me a lot about you. For you to be friends with her and not check her, that means you accept what she did, how she think, how she moves, and you must think the same way that she do too. Got you. So let me tell you what happened with me. And this just goes to show you how people can be just racist, just have it inside of them, you know. They'll show up to school every day, just like this teacher probably did all them times, showing up, knowing that she didn't like black folks, or pretend like she did. And no, you just don't know how she could have been treating them grade wise, giving them the horrible grades, making tests harder. Just you just don't know, because it didn't just start with that hug and not wanting to hug. This is not something that is just a first time incident. We just happened to see this incident. That's all that was. Now, tell you what happened with me. I own a landscaping company, and it was some years ago, maybe well over 10 years ago. We was at one of my customer houses. It definitely was over 10 years ago. Yes, it was. We was at one of my customer houses, and an incident happened at her neighbor's house. Now, we don't know what happened with the incident. All I know is probably about 45 minutes later, her neighbor calls my phone, my work phone, and says that their window was broken on the car. And I'm confused. I'm like, okay, why is he calling me, telling me? We didn't go on his property. We didn't go nowhere near his property to do anything with his car. We didn't touch his car or anything. We didn't do nothing to the car. So he is faulting us for the window being broken. And I'm like, sir, we didn't come on your property. We didn't have nothing to do with the window broken. Nobody got near your property, your car, nothing of that. But he wanted to just swear down that we was the one that broke the window. So I'm like, sir, we didn't break the window. Nobody came towards the car and did anything towards the car. I don't know how your window got broken. No information on it. Don't know. Because literally, we didn't go on his property. That was the honest to God truth. We didn't. Nobody on my crew went on his property, near his property. We was cutting the customer's grass. We finished cutting her grass, loaded our equipment up, and we left. So he went to my customer, and he was just irate from what she told me. And she was like, Reggie, I don't know if this is gonna be a problem with you wanting to service my property with him the way he was acting. And I explained to my customer, I said, we didn't do nothing to his property. That's not going to stop me from servicing your property. I can come over there. We never been saying nothing to the guy anyway. So I can coexist with him and not pay him no attention. I have no problem with it. So for years, that's what we did. We continue to cut the grass. We continue to move forward and service this customer property. And we still service the customer property to this day. Well, maybe about 2 years ago, the neighbor's wife seen my truck and they was getting some things removed out of the house, wanted to get it thrown away. And his wife came out and said, hey, I've been seeing you coming over for a long time. I read your truck. I see you do a lot of junk removal, hauling, things like that. Could you do these things for us? I said, sure, no problem. I don't have no ill will towards them. I don't have a problem with them at all. Me and the husband we never spoke from that situation where he thought that we had something to do with his broken window. But I have no problem with it. No, nobody has ever done anything to me that I ain't never done nothing to them. We're fine. So from that moment on, we did the job and me and her husband started talking. And from that moment, we had a decent relationship. He's an older guy and she was kind of the icebreaker that pulled us together, that got us talking again to being able to speak. Well, not even talking again, got us talking that time. So it kind of took her to come ask me for a service to make both of the men finally converse with each other. And from that moment, he got to know me and seemed like, oh, he was like, oh, Reggie, you're a pretty cool dude. Yes, I've been cool. You're the one that didn't want to take the time to get to know me. But I'm not going to say that because, hey, I like to keep the vibes good. So I'm like, oh, yeah, man, thank you. And from that point on, we had began to build a casual conversational relationship. So whenever I'm over there servicing my customer's property, he always come out, he'll talk with me. He redid old school cars. So when he had an old school car he was working on, invite me over to see the car. Hey, look at this new car I did. Just put the engine in, did the paint job on the car. And I like cars and I have a car channel. So I am like, dope, this is cool. Like I'm just going through checking out everything he has going on and we're conversing. So now he had some jobs. He hired my company to come do some cleanup around the property, paid well, gave us a nice tip. I'm talking about really, really good guy that I'm thinking as time went by. But this is how the mask is on. Deep down inside, they really feel some type of way. But as long as I guess the things are going the way that benefits them or that they're happy with, you won't see the racism, but it's there. And I'm gonna add this in. My employees used to come and say, man, boss, they do the racist. Man, look at that big Confederate flag, and then he got the Trump flag up there. I think you're racist. I'm like, no, man, that don't mean that man's a racist just because he got Trump flags and Trump banners and stuff up there. I know black people that support Trump as well. So that just doesn't make him a racist just because he has a Trump flag up there. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt over these last 2 years. He has shown that he's just a nice guy from what I'm seeing. So I'm telling my employees, no, he's real cool. He's real good. They're like, okay, boss, if you say so, but I'm just letting you know I don't know if he really like you, like black people like that. I said, nah, he's a real good guy, real cool guy. We always converse, real nice. All right, fast forward through the situation. Tell you how as they say that the it hit the fan. This is how the it hit the fan. I have 7 work trucks. Well, 7 trucks total. But 6 of them are for the landscaping, and then the 7th truck is for the entertainment company. So I have a total of 7 trucks. So I needed somewhere to park 3 of my trucks and 3 of my trailers. I asked my customer, could we do a trade-off? And I would save you some money if I could utilize your driveway. You have enough driveway space for the property. In return, I will maintain the property for you and you don't have to pay any cost on the services moving forward. I will keep all the outdoor maintenance taken care of. Would that be okay? The customer said, yes, Reggie, that'll be cool because it saves her from having to spend the money for keeping the grass cut, keeping the hedges trimmed, keeping the gutters clean, cleaning up all the leaves, trimming back trees that's growing towards the house, keeping the fence. We're going to make sure that everything looks presentable at the house because we appreciate her for allowing us a place to park the vehicles because it saves us money from paying parking because I don't have enough space to store all 7 other trucks. All right, so perfect. Me and her has already worked out this deal. Everything is going good, amazing, no problem. I have the okay from the customer and we're able to move forward. Now, I start to bring my trailers to the property. Dropped off my first dump trailer at the property. Cool, bam. First dump trailer drop off, no problem, park. Then I have a little marketing trailer sign. Brought that over. My customer called me. She said, "Hey Reggie, and I'm using my real name. I don't care. Y'all know I'm Mailman, but Reggie too. I love my real name too, so you know both. I'm Reggie, the man, the mailman. I'm both." She said, "Reggie, I got a call from a neighbor. You know, they watched the property, and they're telling me that somebody was bringing some stuff over, and I just wanted to call to make sure that it was you that was doing it." So I was like, "Yes, ma'am, it is me. That was me. I started parking over there." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool, no problem. Just wanted to make sure." So now, as time goes by, I'm not even thinking nothing of that. I'm just thinking they're being a good neighbor and, call. They don't know what's going on. They don't know the deal that me and her has made. So they're doing what you would think a neighbor would do. Hey, we see somebody that's coming over here. We know nobody lives in the house currently. And we need to make sure that somebody's not just parking over here or doing something illegal on your property. Totally understandable. All right. So now as I bring more my trailers over and everything over, I got all 3 of my trailers here. Got one of my trucks this here. The neighbor across the street is starting to come outside. And so it first started off, the conversation kind of changed. Like, yeah, we see you got your trucks over here, you've been parking over here. And I can't remember that particular conversation, how you got to talking. Then he was like, yeah, we got these neighbors and we got some new black neighbors that just moved in. They're some real nice black people. So my mind is thinking, why is he highlighting black? It doesn't matter if they new black neighbors. They're just new neighbors. Why is he highlighting it? But, neither here nor there. I'm just blocking it out. I'm not, maybe it's just that's how he communicate. And that's just his way of talking. I'm not going to take offense to it. It is what it is. All right, time goes on, a few more days and time goes on. Every time now I come over here again, he walks outside and he's like, oh yeah, you got all the trucks over here. Say, I just want to let you know, man, they might complain over there about that. The neighbor behind might complain, that way if you have a problem, somebody complain, they might call the county or something, or it's the neighbor behind. She called the neighbor on me. My dog got loose and she just gave us hell and called the county owners and just went crazy because the dog got loose. Now I'm paying attention to the signs now. This neighbor that he's talking about stays behind my customer on a whole nother street. But when you turn on the street, her house is behind my customer's house. This neighbor has never, out of the over 10 plus, maybe 12, 13 years that I have been servicing this property and my team has been servicing the property, this lady has never said nothing negative to. I don't even think I met the lady. I met the husband maybe twice. He was out servicing his property while me and the crew probably was over there servicing her property. And he spoke and that was it. As far as anything else, never met each other. So now I'm catching on to the signs. He's trying to shift the blame. So I'm like, okay, it's him. He got a problem with this. But I don't know why he got a problem with this. That's the thing about it. I don't know why. It's not impeding anything. The trucks are F-350 trucks, your normal trucks that people bring home and park in their driveways. My trailers are just, regular dump trailer, your regular hauling trailer, something that you see in normal people driveways. And somebody in your neighborhood where you watching it, might look out your window, you can see they got a trailer in their yard. Normal trailers, not no 18-wheeler trailers or nothing like that, nothing crazy, just regular trailers. So I don't know why he got a problem with it, but in my mind, I see he's already trying to shift blame. I think it's him. All right, so I told him, cool, no problem. All right, thank you for letting me know. I'm glad to know that. So I'll know, just keeping everything copacetic and like, okay, cool. Going by my day. Come back the next time. He comes out again. And I'm like, oh man, I ain't in the mood to talk. I'm trying to get to work. I'm running behind. I got my guys. They waiting. We got to get up out. So he come over. Hey, I want to just talk with you. He said, you're taking advantage of the situation, don't you? So I'm thrown off. What do you mean I'm taking advantage of the situation? Like, did you talk to my customer and my customer told you something that I was doing wrong? Like, I'm confused now. What are you talking about? I'm taking advantage of the situation. I'm doing what me and my customer agreed on. So how am I taking advantage of the situation? Is 3 trucks, 3 trailers, and I'm not understanding what you mean by that. So I'm confused right now. So he's like, yeah, you're taking advantage. You got these trailers over here, and you got all this stuff over here, and you're taking advantage. This is not a commercial area. This is not a business. You're running a business out of here. I'm like, sir, you know that we're not running a business here. We're just parking here. No, this is a business. This is a business. I'm like, well, it's not a business, but you know that if you are a service provider, you can park your trucks into your residential property because you do not have customers coming to the residential property. This is only a place to park. That's it. There's nothing more. We get in our vehicles, we'll leave. So we're probably at the house. We get there maybe 15 minutes and then we're gone. If we have a long work day, we're gone from the property maybe about 12 hours. We're back around about 9 o'clock that night, 10 o'clock, parking the truck. We're there again, another 15 minutes. We're gone. We're not there for long periods of time. So like, what is you talking about running the business? So he's getting in his feelings. So I'm like, what's the problem now? At this point, I just got to know, what's the problem? I didn't try to be as understanding as I possibly can be, but at this point, I'm just getting frustrated with the situation. What is the problem? You must. Okay, I apologize about that, y'all. My camera froze, so my apologies about that. So where I left off, nothing is impeding the driveway. Respecting the rules and the rules of the road, and respecting the community, because I don't want to cause no problem for my customer and I don't want to cause no problem for myself. But at this point now, I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. He's got a problem just because he has to look at the trailers, literally look at the trailers. So now at this point, I'm like, oh man, it's deeper than this. So I'm like, oh, so you're fine with me as long as I come here, cut the grass, have a quick conversation with me, and I go on about my day. He had why you can't park the trailers at your own house? Take them to your own neighborhood. Put them in your neighborhood. My neighborhood. Oh, it's coming out of him now. Like it's coming out. Like I don't know what it is about these trailers being parked here, but it then brought something out of him that all this time I'm thinking he's a decent human being, only to find out he's not. He's not nowhere near a decent human being. This man got in his whole, I'll call the county on you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to report you. I'm going to do all this simply for me parking my vehicles. So I end up calling him an a-hole until I see what it is. I said, look, man, don't bother me. I'm not going to bother you. You're going about your day. And we have not had any communication since then. So when I seen this situation with this young girl, it brought that up in my mind about what happened between me and that gentleman. And it just made me say, see how people will hide the racism? They will come out and they will talk with you, and you can think, oh, this is a good person, man. They're a good guy. I always look out for this, and do that. But deep down, they're harboring hate. They're harboring ill feelings towards you, and you ain't even did nothing but be you. You just be this beautiful black skin. That's all you done been, is this beautiful black skin. But it bothers them, and I don't know why. So when I see stories like this, look, y'all, I want to say this in closing. Do not allow people to get under your skin and let their racist intentions and hatred stop you from chasing your goals and dreams. Always plan, because they're going to try to make the road harder for you, which is fine. If that's what you got to go through, we've been going through it. Well, matter of fact, our ancestors went through it. So if they went through what they went through, getting hit with water hoses, getting dogs sinked on them, getting killed, set on fire, beat, hung, raped, all these things that they went through and they still survived. There's no reason for us to complain about the things that's going on today. We can make it through. Have you a backup plan no matter what's going on. Plan, prepare, prep, get it done. But always remember, you don't necessarily know the person that's standing in front of you smiling. Just because the words that's coming out of their mouth says one thing, we can't read their thoughts because their inner thoughts could be saying something totally different. I love y'all. We up out of here, man. Keep rocking with us. And if you're watching this video and you saying, I need me a hoodie, make sure y'all go to Now You See Me and cop us one of them hoodies. We up out of here.